Shalom, my hotep. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in. Come on in. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm a very proud contributor right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated people just like you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the broadcast, beloved. We're so pleased that you have joined us today for your daily war briefing on the Vicki Show. Thank you so much for joining us. It is a privilege and an honor. Shout out to our beloved family, supporters, the Beehive that's in the digital building. Shout out to our beautiful moderator, Motown. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we get into this most interesting subject. And frankly, it's in line with really what I discussed yesterday. Oh, I'm so glad, Mark, you got your calendar. So many people have been posting about their Angels Unleashed calendar, and I am so pleased that so many people are enjoying it, beloved. So before we get ready to get into our most important topic today, where we're going to be discussing the Biden-Harris administration's attempt to assuage Black voters, Black people, by symbol, but no substance. They still think it's just about chitlins, fried chicken, fried fish, come sing in my church, they still think that that's what's going on here. And that's because they're around the little handful of bones and biscuits, that still think like that. But I'm excited to get into our topic today for our brief war briefing, dear family. But just before we do, I want you to come in giving us the thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. We ask that you do that because it helps to draw other people into our broadcast. And that is so very important because as a member of Black media, where we're using alternative means to reach you, you help us. You are actually part of our marketing team. So when you like, share, and subscribe, it increases the likeliness of us showing up on other folks' timelines. And that's so important that they see us and hear this message, because I can assure you, you're not going to get this commentary and this insight from MSNBC, CBS, ABC, CBS, ABC, NBC. You're certainly not going to get this from Fox or MSNBC, Fox, and none of the rest of them. You're not getting that. CNN, you're not getting ready to get this from them, beloved. So make sure that you tell everybody that you know. At the bottom of your screen, there's a share button. If you hit the share button, you can share it out, copy the link, paste the link on your social media page while I'm doing a little bit of housekeeping real quick. And others, you can let them know. You can text them, email them, let them know that the Vicki Show is on live on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Also, beloved, we want you to know that we have a store where you can receive all types of yummy Black products specifically for the Black woman, the Black female, the Black girl in your life at shopfnq.com, shopfnq.com. But most importantly, we're so excited about our upcoming, this is a women's only conference, womenofwealthweekend.com, womenofwealthweekend.com. You want to go there to get all the information, because this is going to be an amazing time where you're going to hear from Black women from different backgrounds. You're going to hear from quite a few professionals that are going to teach you how to think like a millionaire, make more money on your job, start a side hustle using a number of different means, including online, and so much more. I'm excited because I'm going to be one of the keynotes, and I'm going to be discussing unleashing your spiritual wealth. I am so excited. Again, more information can be found at womenofwealthweekend.com, womenofwealthweekend.com. Yay, my Vicki Dillard fan page just said, yes, we're excited. Can't wait. I'm so glad And thank you so very much. The link is in the chat. Now that we've got our housekeeping out of the way, let's get right on into our subject today without delay. I want to say this very quickly because I want, and in fact, I'm not even sure that I have a video, but I'm going to read this anyway. Copyright disclaimer, excuse me, under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Dear family, surely by now you've heard of the latest trick by the Biden-Harris administration to throw out symbols, as we discussed yesterday. Remember, we talked about insignia. We talked about the memorabilia that this government wants us to be okay with. They want us to be excited about having a t-shirt about the promised land, a jersey. Somebody talk back to me. Some socks. Y'all play too much. A pen. A poster. Some kind of little placard that you would use in the stands, but some of y'all ain't even been in the stands. Didn't watch the game. You're certainly not playing in the game, but you don't even have tickets to even, go to the place to watch the games of empowerment. Somebody talk black to me. They want you to be okay with your little mugs that talks about black empowerment, that talks about economic parity, that talks about reparations, that talks about the promised land, but you're never going to go there. They don't want you to ever have any ridiculous thoughts about entering the promised land. You can talk about the promised land. You can shout about the promised land. You can sing about the promised land. You can read about the promised land. You can write about the promised land. You can muse about the promised land. You can dream about the promised land. You can astro project God today. You can text about the promised land. But God knows you ain't about to go there. That's right, Motown. Paint a street. And isn't that exactly what they've been doing? Going around in D.C. and other places, putting on the streets and in front of Trump's buildings and stuff, Black Lives Matter. The nothingness of it all. Somebody said the nothingness of it all. Well, the latest trick by the Biden-Harris administration is this Harriet Tubman overture. Now I'm going to read you, I have the Yahoo here, as well as, I think I'll start from the economy section of the Washington Post. This is what the headline shows from the Washington Post. It reads, Biden administration revives effort to put Harriet Tubman on $20 bill. Joe Biden has been in office how many days now? About 6 days. Is it even 6? How long has he been in office? Joe Biden has been in office for less than 6 days. In only a matter of a few minutes, in a few hours, he reversed, using executive orders, things related to immigration, people that illegally entered the country, broke federal law to get here, people that are not citizens. He made sure that they had tangibles. Now, the people who are not only citizens, somebody say, that's me. And the people who are not only are citizens, but people who actually built the country, the people who invented America, that's us. You didn't get nothing in the first few hours of the few days. They've been getting a lot of pushback, even from some of their ancillary bootlegs, who are now humiliated because they've already been having to beg and plead to even get a meeting after voting for him. Remember, every time you see pictures of Stacey Abrams, these glorious voter Aunt Jemimas, these illustrious members of LOM, L-O-M, this group of legal mammies. Remember, whenever you see Stacey Abrams and all the black women that assisted doing the groundwork to get the votes out over several years, they're always sweating and breathing hard. Y'all play too much. Whenever you see an extraordinary amount, and I'm talking about when she's just doing regular interviews, for 3-minute interviews on MSNBC, CNN. Shout out to you, Berea, for your gift. Your truth is heard where lies can't live. My God, today. Let me hit the gavel on that. Thank you so much, beloved, for your kind words. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. And to all of you that are financially supporting Black media, all of you that are liking, sharing, subscribing, all of you that are tuned in, thank you so very much. Watch this. So LOM, L-O-M, that's our hashtag that we use all over the world to describe this group. They're always breathing hard and sweating on TV. And sweating and breathing hard is always a mark of the plantation. Mind you, none of your mostly white, Democratic or Republican Congress people, when you see them, they're not breathing hard. They look like that they're leaving or headed to the country club. They look like they're headed to the best next 5-star restaurant. There's an ease, somebody talk black to me, that they move with, an effortlessness. And none of it involves sweating and breathing hard. They promote and hail and brag about the Stacey Abrams of the world because they're actually doing the footwork. That's the labor. They get to sit back with a cool breeze and chill. Are y'all hearing me today? They get to benefit from your work. I need some tennis shoes in the chat. Thank you, Streets of Gold. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. They get to sit back, let you do all the hard work, all the thinking, all the organizing, all the labor, all the sweating. Them doing that is exactly in line with what our ancestors had to do. The labor, the work. We invented America. The white supremacists did not have the wherewithal to do it. That's why they came and got us. And to those of us who are aboriginal to America, you all do understand that the black man and the black woman, there is no place on the globe where we're not the aboriginal. Are y'all hearing me today? So they know all they have to do is throw Stacey on People magazine and say, give her some respect. They know that that acknowledgement by enough of you bones and biscuits would be confused with and received as substantive. They know your desire for white acceptance, a white pat on the back, a white addy boy, a little rub on the head. They know that's all the Negroes need is acknowledgement and nearness. Like Jim Crow Clyburn, not Jim Crow Biden, because you know there are two sides to Jim Crow. It's the white supremacists that always dominate, of course. But then there's that group of the help and the shucker and the jabber. Remember recently, I played for you video of Jim Crow Clyburn being asked by Stephanopoulos, since you helped Joe Biden win, or you expected anything in return? And you saw a hostile, demonstrative response from Jim Crow Clyburn. And that was what? Want something? What I look like want something? Can y'all believe he just accused me of want something? Jim Crow Clyburn responded with such hostility as if he was called everything but a child of God. But when you're still operating in the spirit of slave, trying to impress white people, trying to seek white approval, accepting crumbs from the master's table, you receive and you treat actually getting something for your service, for your vote, as an affront, as a bad thing, as a negative thing. That's been ingrained in us. And so some of these hating Black folks that's out there that publicly disrespect successful Black people and always trying to act like they're trying to get over on somebody, that comes out of slavery. Now that I've said that, let me just get on with it here. Now, while I'm pulling up this article, because you got to see this, you just got to see this. While I'm pulling up this article on the count of 3, for those of you that haven't, please hit that thumbs up button. 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Get me a lozenge in here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Again, I cannot wait to see you all the last Saturday and Sunday of this month at the womenofwealthweekend.com. Go there today. Every Black woman, every young Black female, go there today. Womenofwealthweekend.com. It is the virtual place to be. I can't wait to see you there. Thank you. Now let's get on into it. Again, this is from the Washington Post. Biden administration revives effort to put Harriet on $20 bill. Now, what I was trying to say earlier is that so many of us have been giving the Biden administration this work about doing everything for everybody else in the first few hours, in the first few days. They're trying to give the appearance that this is something. So they're reviving this Harriet Tubman bill that Trump delayed and stopped. They're reviving that so that you can be like, oh, okay, he finally getting to us. Like he finally shuffling the paperwork, the big old file that they had, and everybody was in front of the file. They dig into the back of the file now to see what they can pull out for a quick trick to make you think there's something. Now watch this. The $20 bill is getting a new but familiar face. The Biden administration will resume the process to replace Andrew Jackson's face on the note with famed abolitionist Harriet Tubman. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki told reporters during her Monday news briefing. Now, let me just say this, and I beg your pardon for removing my lozenge here and there. I have to do that for my throat for medical reasons. There is nothing about this article, about this story, that is not highly offensive. Even this sentence that I just read you, where it says, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki told reporters. And I know y'all like, what do you mean? What's wrong with the Jen Psaki, the white lady Jen Psaki. The fact that Jen Psaki is out there even talking about some Harriet Tubman is ironic. Why? Because it was the work of the sweat and the literal physical labor and linebacking prowess. God today. Y'all want to put a name in the chat? Y'all know where I'm going with this? My fan page, and y'all know I don't run none of that, but this is such an excellent idea that my people on my fan page, they put up a quiz every day of stuff that I say. Y'all are absolutely amazing. This is a quiz. Let me help you out. Fill in the blank for me today. What name? Who am I thinking about? What bootleg fits the description of the Biden linebacker who has linebacking skills and prowess, capacity that you've never known before? Kendra said, Vicky, we love you. You good with us. I love you bad. Y'all already put the name in the chat. My God, you some intelligent black people. Simone Sanders, my God, today. Why are you talking about Simone Sanders? Simone Sanders, for those of you who don't know, she was being watched since she was a young girl by the Democratic Party to be used. Go research that. Shout out to some other black media members if I get my, I'm trying to remember who actually said that. But anyway, they covered this sometime back and I did my own research. Y'all know I got to do what I do. And I saw information, pictures of Simone Sanders, even when she was in high school, I believe it was. Watch this. Simone was Bernie Sanders' spokesperson for his campaign. She was mistreated there, ended up going over to the Biden campaign. But before she went to the Biden campaign, based on reports I read, apparently she was in high demand amongst several Democratic campaigns. So she decided she was going to go on with Joe Biden. And that was a good move for her because she understood that this race was going to be won by the biggest racist in the Democratic Party. Shout out. Come on, somebody, Lord have mercy. Forget, Vicky, you can't just use words to congratulate the greatest linebacker the world has ever seen. And she's a black female. You cannot just use words. See, I can't be superficial in what I do. I got substance. Congratulations. Can y'all see that good? Congratulations, Simone. Somebody say congratulations. Somebody say congratulations. See, I don't just come with substance. I come with trophies. Watch this. The fact that I can even pull up this Washington Post article and read and say to you, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, this white woman, Jen Psaki, with all this red hair, and she's really on the lighter skin of the visible spectrum. Hard to see her, look practically invisible up there on that stage. If it wasn't for the red hair to let us know it's a silhouette of something behind the pole. What is that thing? The podium. And stop. Watch this. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. The reason why I say we can't even get through the article good, talking about the White House press secretary, it was the likes of the Simone Sanders. That was the Stacey Abrams of the political campaign. She was out there while she was in negotiation with Joe Biden. She was already out there on the front lines to qualify for a job. What is it they call it when the people go for the training in football? Y'all know I don't do sports. Y'all know I see it as just a couple of notches below a terrorist attack. So what is it when the brothers be out there before the season, the game started, whatever, and they doing they train? Is it the training, the trials, whatever they do? The people, when they out there in advance working out and stuff. Y'all know what that is. That's what Simone was doing. She was doing her trials and stuff. And the way she supremely qualified in advance. Thank you. Y'all said training camp. Help a sister out. Thank y'all. And then somebody else said trials. To seal the deal. They knew they had their eyes on it. It was like, this finna be it. And she worked for Bernie Sanders, so she'll be able to tell us some of the ins and outs of Bernie's successes and losses and some things that we can avoid. Plus, Bernie had a whole lot of racist Trump people. Remember, they was voting for, they was going for Bernie, and remember they went back to Trump and stuff too. So they was going to use her for a number of different things. And they said, well, let's just wait a couple more days. She came out, remember, with that tweet and said to Uncle Luke, when he wrote that accurate political op-ed about Kamala Harris is going to have a difficult time getting black men's vote because she liked so many of them up, and she had such an anti-black male provable record, undeniable provable record. She came out and said, disrespected Uncle Luke, basically told him that you're stupid and this is beyond your realm, because she told him that he was no political mastermind or strategist. Then she went on and said she was tired of the unsolicited opinions of black men. It was me that was giving them the work. It was me that was calling her out then to say, wait a minute. Long, while you sitting out here trying to brag on and defend and get prepped for Zaddy, you sitting over here reaching to one of the greatest democratic white supremacists we've ever known in recent history, because all of America's history is racist. That's why I always say recent history. Joe Biden, don't act like he the worst. We got to keep it in context. America knows no history without its racism. Watch this. Thumbs up, like, and share, family. Y'all slam that thumbs up button. Slam that share. By the way, if you are not subscribed to FlyNewQueenTV.com, do so now and make sure that you hit receive all notifications. Why do I say that? Because I want you to tune into the Vicky Show Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. But I also want you to be tuned in to the other Queens content that uploads here on the network. So the only way you can know about them and see their stuff is if you hit receive all notifications. Would you do that? Take a quick moment, family. Excuse me. Watch this. And I beg your pardon. And thank you so much as I continue to heal with my holistic doctors as well as my regular doctors. But I'm already taking family natural herbs and a whole bunch of stuff that many of you suggested. So thank you for your constant prayers and patience. Watch this. So she's out there doing all the work, telling black folks to shut up, telling black men to shut up, along with other white Democrats. This is how she sealed the deal for her working with the Biden campaign, is what I'm saying, in my opinion. Watch this. So she was, they claimed that she was a senior counselor for Joe Biden. That title, when given to a black woman who is an Aunt Jemima, when they say senior counsel, they saying senior counsel for linebacking. That's got to do with linebacking. That's just code. That ain't got nothing to do with telling this white man what to do and him following your advice. None of that went down like that. Thank you, Phil. I bless you, Philip. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. So let's be clear. That was just trick language. Counsel. She was counseling. That was just some title that they gave her. There was no conversation that they had where they was like, okay, please, Simone, with all of your laborious, voluptuous, athletic, God today, skills, tell us what you think. They was not interested in nothing that had to do with her brain. All that was tricks for you to think that they was leveling up and diversifying their campaign. We didn't see no Secret Service, no other kind of security there when this non-dairy demonstrator got up there on stage with her little placard. And Simone used all of her beautiful black voluptuous body to defend white supremacist Joe Biden. But tweeting out to thousands and thousands of people, black men, shut up. And she said that she was tired of y'all's unsolicited opinions. Well, seeing that you had a communications history with Joe Biden in some ways, allegedly leading up to that, because of your resume with Bernie, you would think that the payoff that you would certainly believe in God for as a new press secretary, that was going to lend to you getting that job. It would lead to that. It didn't lead to that. The other black lady who blocked me, she was Kamala Harris's chief of staff during the campaign. Kareem Jean-Pierre, the black immigrant lady, people from Haiti who blocked me. I didn't even go in on her like that, but she apparently blocked me after I did that viral piece on Susan Rice on Your Black World. When I called out Susan Rice for threatening Snoop Dogg, she blocked me after that. Yes, Kamala Harris's chief of staff blocked me after that. Watch this. They didn't give any communications job to none of the black people in the campaign. Out of nowhere, they got this white redhead lady that nobody had even seen since the Obama administration. She was a forgettable. She's one of the unremarkables. If you don't know what the unremarkable is, one of my beautiful VI folk and supporters will tell you in the chat what the unremarkables are. This Psaki, Jen Psaki, this white redhead Biden press secretary, she all of a sudden came out of absolutely nowhere, and now she's the press secretary. So all of the line backing, literally putting her life on the line to protect Joe Biden, she is Kamala Harris's little miscellaneous communication aide. They want you to think she a real spokesperson. Child, Kamala is the vice president. Kamala is out there speaking for herself. Somebody talk black to me. That was a trick job and a trick title. She had to sweat and labor is what I'm trying to get you to see for even that little nothing of a position. Just like Stacey Abrams sweat and was breathing hard for white people to get positions and power. While y'all out here doing all the leg work and get nothing from it. So that's the reason why I'm saying you can't even read the press secretary's name without saying, well, that's another black woman that did all that work that should have had that job. So it's ironic that this white woman is even talking about Harriet Tubman when it's supposed to be the linebacker. Somebody talk black to me. See, you don't get nothing for being a biscuits. Biscuits don't get long-term payoffs. Biscuits are eaten, thrown away, or crumbled up and cast to the other. Individual. Somebody talk black to me. Excuse me. Are y'all hearing me today? Keep reading, Vicky. That was a rabbit trail for real, but it's the Vicky Show. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Like and share, family. Watch this. Let me move on. Now listen now. So the Biden administration resumes this process to replace Andrew Jackson's face on the note with Harriet Tubman. Tubman will become the first black person on the face of American paper currency and the first woman in generations. Martha Washington appeared on a $1 bill in the 1890s, and Pocahontas, somebody say Pocahontas, was in a group picture on the $20 bill in the 1860s. Did y'all know that? Now, this article is talking about this coin, but how many of y'all remember the Sacagawea coins? I know because I was working in banking at the time, about 20 some years ago. When the Sacagaweas came out about that time, approximately, Sacagawea, Pocahontas, all them got money before we did. It's no disrespect to any of these other groups. I'm just saying we made and built, created, invented, and maintained America. And you still see how all these other different people, places, and things are still ahead of the line. Y'all remember those coins, the Sacagawea coins? Watch this. Thumbs up, like and share. Watch this. Let me keep reading. Watch this. Excuse me. The Treasury Department is taking steps to resume efforts to put Harriet Tubman on the front of the new $20 notes, Psaki said. It's important that our notes, y'all listen, what the official White House statement is. It's important that our notes reflect the history and diversity of our country. And Harriet Tubman's image gracing the new $20 note would certainly reflect that. So we're exploring ways to speed up that effort. You guys need to be retrained on my how dare you. How many of y'all are familiar with my how dare you training? Every Black person in America, every native Black, every foundational Black American, every descendant of American slave, you need to be highly disgusted by this trick move by the Biden administration. The reason you should be disgusted is because the urgency that we told Joe Biden and Kamala's funny looking self that exists. See, I can't stand hard heads. Y'all remember growing up in your little mamas and grandmamas, if y'all had them like that, because everybody didn't have, mamas and daddies, to teach them morals and, the ways of the world. Watch this. I'm disgusted because growing up, they would tell you stuff like, didn't I tell you when you were given an instruction? If you were given a specific instruction, like I want you to wash the dishes before I come home from work. And when they saw you outside still bouncing the ball. You would get a talking to before they took other action, more aggressive action. Y'all play too much. And they were started by saying, didn't I tell you? That was always code for you did what you wanted to do, and you made something else the priority over what I told you to do. When we made other things a priority over what we were given instructions to do, that was considered to be disrespectful. So when we, the most remarkable and distinguished type of American and true patriot that ever existed, my God, today, I've taught you for a long time that Black folks are the true patriots. When we, who built this country, did something that you couldn't imagine doing, which is why you got us to do it and stole our labor to do it. We told you what you're supposed to do. But you, Joe and Kamala, Mr. President, I'm going to give them respect for the title. You went out and twist your hips and did something else. Didn't I tell you? I am disgusted by this administration's constant ignoring of Black folk, but family, this was all foreseeable and knowable. So we're looking at you, Joe, and saying, how dare you? Some of y'all don't know about how to do this how dare you training. If you at your office at a desk, yes, City Vision. He said, y'all play too much. You already know. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Thumbs up, family. Look, if you at your desk and you got a highlighter or a pen, make sure it's something like this. Weigh about this much. And you got one of these funny looking white supremacists across from your desk, and they doing some crazy mess, disobeying your word. Watch this. I've trained you. You don't let what they do go without some kind of a serious response. So if you at the office and you got a pen, when you look around, you say, First of all, once you hear, we told you to prioritize reparations, didn't we? We told you to prioritize. Watch this. We told you to prioritize. You don't yell, you don't scream like that. Because you got to throw them for a loop. This is different from the Karen training, corporate Karen training, corporate job training. It's different from beating Karen out with the tears. It's a different kind of training. I taught this one of my original teachings. Got to catch y'all up to speed. Watch this. When you hear them saying something like, we finna speed up the Harriet Tubman thing, and I told you the priority is reparation. Watch this. You don't just say what? No, you it's got to be a slow motion. Somebody say slow motion. Watch this. If you at your desk, you got to have your pen. Slowly lift up your head like this. Look, like this. Look. Take a breath. Move slowly to the right. Turn toward the front. Look intently. Lift up your pen. Move your mouth slowly. How dare you? And you throw the pen. If you don't have a pen, throw the highlighter. If you don't have a highlighter, throw the paper clip. Don't do the staple, though. Don't do the scissors. Because I don't want you to catch no charges. This can still make the point because it's all energy work. Watch this. Then you turn around and you say, didn't I tell you? That's what you got to do. Why y'all laughing at me? You don't just say stuff normal. See, you got to understand, you always programming and conditioning people. See, they get off. You don't understand that the subtleties. See, I teach this in my clubvicky.com courses. I teach this about metaphysical spiritual principles. It's about the subtleties, the almost imperceptible things that matter. God today. And what you got to do is when you treat this situation just like it's normal, like y'all talking about the weather or something, or what you finna get at Starbucks, your issue gets treated like Starbucks. God today. You don't want the issue of reparations treated just like the weather conversation. You got to. How dare you? You got to add something to it. You got to make that moment memorable. So they'll know it's different. So they'll know you serious. So they know that you ain't nobody's Jim Crow Clyburn. So that they'll know you ain't that breed of civil rights, non-violent individual that intentionally puts yourself in a position for the white supremacists to spit on you and give you clothing. To deny you the right to spend your hard-earned money in their restaurant where they probably poisoning and spit in your food anyway. You can't just be like, oh, really? Oh, man. No, it ain't no oh, man. You got to level that up to how dare you, because you programming people to understand this ain't acceptable. And there's going to be some political consequences. Cecilia talking about her stomach hurt. Y'all play too much. Get your pens. And when you get them, tell them I sent you. I don't know. Do y'all know some black pen companies? Black stationery companies. In fact, it'll make your experience even better knowing that you got a pen from a black company and you throwing up. How dare you? That's some added magic, knowing it's a black pen company. Talk black to me. Thumbs up, family. Family, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Diller. Follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Diller. Follow me on Twitter at Diller Vicky. Watch this. Listen. Shout out to you, SM, for your gift. Sister Dr. Moswood introduced me to the Vicky Show 5 months ago. It's moving too fast. I wish somebody could take a picture of what you said. You said somebody introduced you to the Vicky Show from a mosque. Oh, that blesses me. Yay! Welcome. And I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Watch this, y'all. They have a quote in here that was still reading from Washington Post. Derrick Johnson, chief executive and president of the NAACP, said in a statement, Harriet Tubman lived in a time when the Congress, Supreme Court, and our nation was abhorrently paralyzed over whether it was legal to allow one person to own another. In a true act of liberty and independence, Tubman freed herself from slavery, only to return south 19 more times, risking her own life and freedom to save her family and hundreds of others from a life spent in slavery. The legacy of Harriet Tubman and other Black Americans who built the nation we know today must be recognized and celebrated in our schools, culture, and currency. The NAACP applauds the Biden administration's announcement to change the design of the $20 bill to commemorate the full story of the significant figures in our history. Now, let me tell you something. It was just the NAACP crying leading up to a Biden meeting that said how Biden ain't calling them back. They're not talking to us about this. They're not talking to us about that. They're not talking to us about nothing. Now that Biden under duress, you welcome, Lisa. Now that Joe Biden and Kamala are under duress, met with them because all of the Black bones and biscuits humiliated the Biden administration after they got them elected. Remember Reverend Al Sharpton and all the rest of them, they ran to mainstream white corporate news. Remember? They told the white corporate news Biden ain't calling us back after we elected him. That's how they got the meeting. Don't y'all forget that. One of the main voices at the meeting was at NAACP. Talking about how Biden and them wasn't doing nothing. Now you excited that you got invited to a meeting where Joe Biden basically cussed you out. But it was white acknowledgement nonetheless. So now you're sitting here hailing this Harriet Tubman stuff. Oh, a couple of you all are sending me a picture. I ain't opened up yet, but I see a photo from Nancy and from Angel Love. Thank you. I love the Beehive. I'm going to check it out soon. Love y'all. Thank you. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Watch this. Listen closely. Y'all know I'm going somewhere whenever I'm setting up stuff. To what Derrick Johnson, that's the same Derrick Johnson from NAACP that was out there crying saying Biden ain't calling us back or nothing. What did he say about Harriet? We know the story of Harriet Tubman, right? What did he say about Harriet? He said she freed herself from slavery, only to return south 19 more times, risking her own life and freedom to save her family and hundreds of others from a life spent in slavery. This is the irony. This is the utter, what's the word I want to use? This is the insidious nature of expediting, making a priority in your first week of a Harriet Tubman on a bill. The uselessness of it all, the futility of it all, the nothingness of it all. What's so insidious about this is that the woman that they're hailing, the woman that they claim they are honoring. What about Harriet Tubman, family? Who is Harriet Tubman? Who is Harriet Tubman, family? Derrick Johnson, chief executive and president of NAACP, starts it by saying, in a true act of liberty and independence, Tubman freed herself. First of all, that's right. I've said this many times before, and I'm going to say it again. While y'all keep hitting the thumbs up button, liking and sharing, listen. Harriet Tubman broke the law. God, today. She didn't wait around for Abraham Lincoln to become the president and to get in a political pickle to where he was forced to sign the Emancipation Proclamation, which, by the way, was nothing more than an executive order, and it was limited in and of itself, but he only did it to maintain the Union. Harriet Tubman was a slave. Is that right? Harriet Tubman freed herself and she broke the law. Y'all are celebrating her, but I wonder would you encourage us to do the same thing as it relates to justice for Black folk in America, seeing that we still haven't been able to give justice. I'm not telling nobody to go out to do anything reckless or stupid. Y'all know how I do. But I'm saying you up here hailing the glorious, magnanimous, magnificent Harriet Tubman, who freed herself. She did not wait for racist, diabolical white supremacists to wake up and to start doing white on white beefing. And by a stroke of luck, decide today some of us gonna be free. She freed herself. Number one, wonder is that the pattern America wants us to follow today, seeing that we can't get justice anywhere in this country. I'm asking a question to America. That's number one. Number two, who is Harriet Tubman? Harriet Tubman was an enslaved woman. Harriet Tubman, well, Vicky, we know this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Why am I talking about this? What's some of the basic history of Harriet Tubman? Family, don't forget to join us the last Saturday and Sunday of this month. womenofwealthweekend.com. 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 Meet us for this amazing virtual women's conference where we're going to be having top experts. It's going to teach you how to think like a millionaire, how to make more money on your job, how to find alternative forms and means of income, and so much more. I'm going to be talking about spiritual wealth. You don't want to miss it. Please learn and find out more information at womenofwealthweekend.com. That's womenofwealthweekend.com. Who is Harriet Tubman, family? Y'all keep liking and sharing. It says she escaped, history.com. We know the story, but I'm just trying to be technical for a reason. Harriet Tubman was an escaped enslaved woman who became a conductor on the Underground Railroad, leading enslaved people to freedom before the Civil War, all while carrying a bounty on her head. But she was also a nurse, a Union spy, and a women's suffrage supporter. Tubman is one of the most recognized icons in American history, and her legacy has inspired countless people from every race and background. As a former slave who was building America for free, making America great for white people, our modern government, where am I going? I'm trying to get you to see the insidious nature of this. It's our modern government claims to honor this formerly enslaved icon by not paying her descendants. Did you hear what I just said? The most insidious nature to this little trick is that they superficially, symbolically recognize Harriet Tubman, but still refuse to pay her descendants, the descendants of American slavery. Think about that. The Biden administration made the symbol They expedited the symbol for Black people. He did not announce a specific economic plan for Black people, reparations, or any other variant or title. To reparations. They expedited the symbol, the picture. To distract you. This is disgusting. It's shameful. Yes, she was a nurse family. And in fact, if I remember correctly, it's either she, and I hope I'm not confusing her with our other dear sister, ended up, there might have actually been Sojourner Truth, where it's not a surprise that many of them were nurses and actually purchased property, home, to nurse others as well. That's in the nature, the history, and the legacy of Black people. The reason why this is a huge problem, the reason we say this is an how dare you moment, is because you claim that you are honoring her when in fact you were disrespecting and spitting in her face and her children. How dare you? We told you reparations. We told you to cut the check. And once again, like I said to you yesterday, instead of offering you the actual promised land, substance, what do they give you? A postcard of the Bahamas. A souvenir. What do we say? The snow globes of a place where somebody else has been. Joe Biden has been there. Bill Clinton. Trump and his racist self and his racist daddy. Trump is the literal son of a Klansman. Mitch McConnell and them. They've actually been and dwell in the promised land. But they bringing you back snow globes and stuff. Keychains, say it. T-shirts and jerseys and pins. Signs about a promised land. Signs about economic parity. But nothing else. So yes, Joe, we're going to keep calling you out. Because at Harriet, you say that you're honoring. You never paid. You never gave justice to. I say this almost every time I'm talking about reparations because I need to drill this in you guys' head because I don't want you to ever let anybody get away with this. I'm talking about the white supremacists and the Black white supremacists. What do you mean? Don't you ever forget that we're not talking about America giving us charity. We're not talking about America doing something altruistic, charitable by giving us reparations. This is a justice claim. This is America paying her bloody debt. Somebody say bloody debt. This is for a debt that you owe. And you have failed to pay it for hundreds of years, but you keep benefiting from it. The foreigners and the immigrants and everybody else benefits from it. People that never were directly related to slavery are benefiting from it, but we aren't. Somebody talk Black to me. How you gonna honor Harriet Tubman? Acknowledge that she was a slave and she freed herself. And then went back and freed others. You're bragging about a woman who broke the law that white folk made. God today. Don't forget it was a law. I know I'm intelligent. I know I don't sit around and wait for white people to tell me I'm smart. I'm your mama. I'm the one that can give the credentials for smart and stupid. I do that. Why am I saying this? Evidence that they're dumb, evidence that they've been wrong from the jump, is they made it legal to enslave you. It was the law. And Harriet Tubman broke the law repeatedly. She was abused, she was tortured, and so were her relatives and loved ones. And now America claims to honor her through symbol, and they want you to accept it because they know Al Sharpton will. They know the NAACP and Urban League will. They know Roland will sell you out probably because of him buck dancing with Hillary. Remember that? And the things that I revealed about him. What are credible allegations, even though he tries to tacitly deny it. But in my opinion, it wasn't a full-throated denial. America owes a bloody debt. And let me tell y'all something real quick. The fact that they are playing around with this topic, and the fact that this is something that they're trying to see if they're gonna do, lets you know how deeply corrupt, corrosive, immoral, and demonic they really are. You are not a just country. You are not a just nation. If you know you stole a people, you stole their labor, you stole their sanity, you traumatized, tortured, murdered, committed all manner of genocide against them, and you refuse to repair them. We know that when you went to war with your white brother in Europe, God today, through Marshall Plan, you fought a whole world war. Think about that, y'all. America fought their white brother. See, that's why can't nobody tell me nothing about no black on black crime. When white folks tear up, white supremacists, they done tore up the whole full-fledged nations and lands and seas and stuff. After racist white America, who used a still oppressed black man and black woman to help fight all their wars, after they beef with their European white brother, do you know America paid money, gave resources to help rebuild Europe after it helped to destroy it in a war? America paid Japanese people who weren't raped, robbed, stolen from. They put them in internment camps. That wasn't right. But I'm saying they didn't experience the type of trauma that we did. And it was for a shorter period of time. Their descendants in recent years got reparations. America assisted paying the white Jews reparations, pushed that on multiple occasions. And we still giving Israel to this day billions of dollars a year, billions of dollars in not only cash, but in weapons. And they've been a country for what, 70 years? I gave you all the whole breakdown on how every white group, every white immigrant, you know, when you see white folks, Well, my mom and dad migrated to America from Ireland. We didn't have nothing. We left it all. We came to America just with hope. That's how they do. Just with hope. Left Ireland. Got here. And what happened, stupid? Got here in America, gave you all hundreds and hundreds of free acres of land, or rock bottom price at $1 an acre. Because you were not agrarians and you didn't know how to work the land like we did, they paid for you to learn. They paid for you all to learn how to work the land. They gave you the money. They gave you free land or deeply discounted land. Gave you grants and everything else to work the land. Somebody talk black to me. That's why we say there is no group, even if they were not directly involved in chattel slavery, there is no people at all, nobody in America, for the hundreds of years she existed formally, excuse me, and the many more hundreds of years that she existed informally, nobody exists in America that did not directly or indirectly benefit from slavery of Black people. No LGBT group can claim that. No white feminist suffrage group can claim that. No other immigrant or minority group can claim that. Nobody, put the hashtag in there, has 466 year distinction. And I ain't gonna let you forget it. Why not? Because it was our ancestors. What I look like forgetting them? Well, I make 6-7 figures now. I know how to diversify my money. So I don't really need reparations. Dummy. Your daddy that was buck broken. Your grandmama that was right and was forced to carry the seed of a pedophile, of a rapist, of a psychopath, of a killer. Reparations ain't even about you, dummy. As far as I know, there's still a such thing as a third-party check. So if you don't want your reparations check, just shut up and sign it over to VICKI, last name DILLARD. My contact pages. Go to MissVickyTD.com on my website. You can know where to send it. Make sure you send a copy of your ID or let you put your information in there in case the people needs verification for the third-party sign-over. Let me hit the gavel on that slowness. Reparations ain't even about you, dummy. It's about justice. Some of you don't understand. You don't understand the interconnection with the universe. The reason stuff is off is not because you individually today for the past 2 months is doing all right. Justice has to be done to level out and to harmonize the micro. Paying Black folks reparations might put an end to some of these plagues, this Rona and some of these other upcoming plagues that America very well might experience because she refused to do right by us, we who are styled in scripture as the children of Israel. America styled in scripture, among other names, as Egypt. It might slow the problem of climate change. You don't get, family, the interconnection with justice. You shrug your shoulder and you say, well, I'm doing all right. I mean, I can make it. It's crumbs, but the white supremacists don't bother me. I mean, they ain't killing me. I don't let what a white supremacist say about me bother me. It's bigger than that. It's about the demand for justice. Somebody say, cut the check. Vicky, Joe Biden, the White House on the phone for you. What? Hello? Is this Vicky? Well, I mean, some people call me Vicky, other people call me cut the check. I mean, I go by reparations, though. Well, what's your email? Reparations at $, credit card sign. Y'all play too much. What's your political agenda? Reparations. Black family, don't complicate it. A lot of the so-called crime, a lot of the crime problems in the Black community is connected to economic disparity, economic theft. Don't forget, they created these situations we're in. A lot of the healthcare problems we're dealing with is related to what? Economics. The educational disparities. Why? Economics. You name it, and you will find that it has its tentacles related to your money. And don't forget, after all, it's your money. It's our money. And don't they have a hell of a nerve to sit up there every day? I'm from the South, so the old folks, some of them used to say every day. Somebody say every day. They have the nerve. The many multiple white multimillionaires that sit in Congress, they have the nerve every day to decide, because Congress, what they call pulls the purse strings, they decide where your money going. They tell you you're getting $600 of your money. Think about that. Every day. Every day you got these white supremacists that's rigged the economic system for them. Black woman got 3 kids, get an extra $25 a month. Call you a welfare queen. Tell you trying to game the system. Ain't that something? This is our money. And didn't I play Minister Farrakhan yesterday where he said, add it up? His words, not mine. He said, when you add it up, you will owe us the whole damn country. He said, but we're not asking for the whole country. This me talking now. This is a grace and a mercy that we asking you for just starting, for starters, 20 trillion. And for some of us, land, too. That's a grace. That's not even a tip. And some of y'all are pathetic tippers. Some of y'all be actually out there still tipping $1 and $5. Let me just say that real fast for somebody. Let me bless a waitress today. The devil is a lie. And some of y'all still giving 10%. 10% from the 90s or the early 2000s. You can't give a decent tip even. You probably need to just eat at home. But I want to eat out. I just want to screw over. No, don't do that. Even though even the waitress tips came through economic injustice. That's a whole nother story. But I can't stand people that do that. You got a $150 bill. Talking about, here your $5. The devil is a lie. That's another word I want to give some of y'all. If y'all out there doing it like that, and this is another thing, sis, if you go on a date with a brother, God today, let me help you real quick, brother. One of the ways you're going to know something about him is how he tips. Don't say, oh, the bill's $100 and then you gave me $10. That ain't enough. Watch how he tips. Years ago, I was out at a restaurant. Wasn't even no real powerful restaurant. He was a black man preacher. I think he either like me or my mom or something. I had her with me at the meet. Restaurant. He had the nerve to leave. I think it was like $2 or $3. That's an embarrassment on me because I was sitting there eating. That's a reflection on me. I doubled back, acting like I was going to the bathroom, and put some more money. This me on the line. This me. That's my name from some years ago. I don't give a doggone if I'm medically disabled and only giving a pittance. The devil is a lie. If some of you struggle to tip, stay home and eat. Yes. If your tip ain't about 15, 20 percent, just leave it alone. People out there running you back and forth, and you want butter, you want mayonnaise, you want steak sauce, you want soy sauce, you want garlic sauce, you want extra bread, you want 15 reorders of lemonade and stuff. And you poking out your chest like that little raggedy. I wish I would go. Yeah, if you go out, sis, I'm trying to tell you, if that knucklehead gives you, first of all, make sure you got some cash just so you can cover you. And then after that, say, take me home. And now, and smile. Thank you. Then flick your hair and do like this and get your purse. Take me home now. Because I'm going to be looking at that table. That's going to tell me everything I need to know. Don't close up that thing. I'm going to find a way to look at it because that's going to tell me something about you. $5. I gave a 10, but the devil is a lie. That tells me something right there. That tells me something about your character. What's going on? Somebody talk black to me. And you sitting there trying to, you done pulled out the phone, calculating to the T. Okay, this was $69.97. Okay, how much is that? So we have $69.97. Look, he asking you for a pen. For what? Because I need to add up this total and put this, on the line on the receipt. How they tell you how much to tip. I just got to get exact. No, fool. What is you putting exact cents for the tip? Unless your exact tip is already way over. You know how you do that and you want to bless them real good. Don't do that. This is a word for somebody. That how you tip speaks about your spirit. Stay home. You got to stay home. Because when you go out, you got to factor that in. Spook TV said, don't hurt him, Vicky. God, today. Thumbs up, like and share. These are important tips that's going to bless your life later. Be acting like you doing something. $5, $10. That ain't nothing. It's your cheap self. What are we going to do with that? What am I going to do with you? In fact, it's over with this going to tell me everything for the first day. I don't know if I'm even going to text you in a week from now. I don't even acknowledge that you existed, let alone be with me. I don't even know somebody. Do you know more? I don't know no more. Somebody talk back to me. Thumbs up, like and share. And while I'm talking about money, meet me this Saturday, this Sunday, the end of January at womenofwealthweekend.com. That's womenofwealthweekend.com. Womenofwealthweekend.com. Meet us there. You're going to learn how to think like a millionaire because there's going to be other professionals. There are going to be attorneys there, people that know all about accounting and how you can, the loopholes that I was talking about that these white supremacists know. See, we're going to know them. After all this, who's? God, today. Whose planet is it? We ought to know the tricks of the trade, the legal tricks of the trade. That's the beauty of this Women in Wealth Conference. That's right. Somebody else said, tip your barbers and stylists. All of that. Tip your barbers, your stylists, and have a good attitude. When you do it like this, I don't have my wallet. When you have your wallet, and look, you're doing your dollars. In fact, the scriptures say, be a cheerful giver. If you can't be cheerful, keep all of it. Keep all of it. Tip them good. Somebody talk black to me. This is going to bless your life. Mark my words. Mark my words. Now y'all talking about tip the handyman. Anybody that do any kind of service. Handyman, barbers, the nails, get your nails done, your toes, restaurants. Y'all know whenever you're dealing with service folk. I know what I'm talking about. When I worked for crying out loud at Wendy's, after I got out of the belly of the beast, and was still in the form of custody and was working part-time, I got tips at Wendy's. Wendy's. Y'all play too much. I did my job with excellence, and I looked good when I went off in there. I didn't wait to get on multiple platforms. I knew I was a queen no matter where and what I was doing or what they said about me. And you do it with pride. I was a blessing to other people, and I'm still a blessing to other people. And when you see opportunities like that as a means to bless somebody, you're going to find out that you finna get just overwhelmed with blessings. Ms. Wagner, thank you for your gift. She said, thank you. We need your wisdom. Oh, thank you. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. And thank you for your kind words. This is going to help us. These little changes shifts your mindset. I'm trying to help move us out of poverty and move us into a mindset of what we deserve. Are y'all hearing me today? Spook TV said, long live the queen. Bless you, beloved. Y'all hear me? This is about you being a blessing to other people. If you can see this is an opportunity. Well, you talking about a superstar, what a superstar supposed to do. You got all that money and you ain't built a school. No slowness. You taking 15 people out to dinner, a sit down dinner, and leaving $5. No, what you doing to tip your waitress, God, today? While you worried about this millionaire, multi-millionaire, what school they building, I'm asking you, did you tip the barber today? Focus on you, your portion. You ain't even tipping people. And want to talk about somebody building a school. Can you tip right today? Melissa, yes, you are always a queen. Thank you. Be a blessing. Be a blessing. Why am I talking about this today in the middle of reparations conversation? Talk black to me. Thumbs up, like and share. To my Harriet Tubman. When you tip good, people go out their way to do stuff for you. You be at the back of the line, you find yourself in the front. People that do your hair and get your nails done, they can be booked, but they're going to find a way to get you in. Y'all hear me today? You get favor and grace. You make people's life easy. Some of y'all so hard. You just be doing so much. But that's the slave mentality in you because you want there to be sweat and labor and breathing hard. You want a Stacey Abrams experience. Breathing hard and sweating. That's what's wrong with you. And you want to make sure that everybody else does it. I ain't just going to give for you don't even deserve the work wasn't like that. But that's the reason why don't nobody think you worth nothing. God today. It wasn't all like that. But that's why you can't get a $5 raise. 50 years on the job. Can't get $5 extra. See, you don't see nobody's work as worthy of that. That's why you can't get nothing. And then when you do get your look, you get for the first time in your life, you done gave $10. And when you get a 10, you want people to do tricks, gymnastics, bunch of cartwheels, double dutch. Talk black to me. Clean the paw. You want them to swim. You want them to do all that just to be doing it. Stingy. Stanky. I'm back to third grade Vicky. You know when you little, everything's stanky. They don't got nothing to do with smell. With your stanky self. Somebody make you mad. You make me sick. That's deeper than that. This ain't just about tipping. There's something going off. There's something going on in you. That's got something to do with slavery. Y'all made me lose my earring. That's got to do with slavery. That's why some of you ain't pushing hard for reparations because you just want us to keep struggling. Gotta find my back later on. I done swung and screamed so hard I done dropped my earring. Lisa, I truly learned from the great queen. Oh, thank y'all are saying some of the sweetest thing. I bless all your gifts 1,000-fold. I just want you to know that when you change your mind. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't play about no ugly customer service. And I be threatening all the time. When people give me ugly customers, I be swaying up and down. This one ain't gonna give no tip. No, I be still writing out a big old tip, but it still be saying, this was horrible service. I'm not saying you're supposed to do that, but I'm saying it's just so ingrained to me. I'll go off now. You got an attitude trying to serve me? I will check you for real. That's right. Harriet Tubman was an essential worker. Making all kind of ignoring us. No, now. You finna get this work. Talk black to me. Want somebody to work all kind of hard, and you done gave $2 extra for the first time in your life. And then want to see, don't understand why don't nobody see you as nothing. You don't get nothing. Don't nobody see you as nothing. Ain't nobody finna go out their way. You work, all you believe is sweat and breathing hard. We ain't doing that. Somebody talk black to me. womenofwealthweekend.com. I don't know if they're going to be teaching it or not. I just know I'm going to be teaching on spiritual wealth. And this is probably one of those tips that's right along with it, even though I don't plan to talk about this necessarily, but to talk a little bit about my journey, especially over the past year. womenofwealthweekend.com, family. You don't want to miss it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at VickyXDiller. Follow me on Twitter at DillerVicky. Let me get on to this. Y'all see, I be all off on a bunch of different subjects, but I think somebody needs to hear this. Watch this. Watch this. Do you all remember? And I know y'all like, Vicky, you always remind us of this. Well, yeah. And I don't want to stop reminding you of this because this is very dangerous. I always expose Barack Obama's mindset on reparations because it serves as insight into the white supremacists. James Brown from Atlanta, your knowledge about tipping is priceless. I was going to make a serious video explaining the seriousness of tipping donation. This is God showing me I should do it. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it. And I bless your $50 gift 1,000-fold. You all say the sweetest things. And I know this may not seem deep about the tip, but it's about that internal programming. These are things that I look at in myself over the years. You understand? Pay attention to little stuff like that. Every little thing in life matters because everything that you do is energy. Everything. The slightest little something means something. And don't you know that when I give somebody a tip and I put an assignment on it, I make stuff happen. That's how we do magic and spiritual work. That blesses me. Brother, I'm glad that I was your confirmation. Do it. And do it well. Go on no date with no brother that $5. No, Negro. This paper, you know how they put that little black receipt of it in. Now I'm finna look at this receipt. As soon as he turn around and look at something, I'm looking. I'm just gonna play it off the rest of the evening if it ain't right. And all I know, it ain't finna be, we ain't going nowhere else. We're going to my house to drop me off after that. Somebody talk black to me. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Congratulations, brother. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. Now watch this. I gotta say this about Obama real quick. Y'all remember I talked to you about this from this is from a December 21st, 2016, almost 2017. Ta-Nehisi Coates did an interview with Obama. And the title of this piece that I'm reading now from The Atlantic, it says, Better is Good, Obama on Reparations, Civil Rights, and the Art of the Possible. Y'all remember, I always refer to this. Y'all know I've been talking about this for literally a couple of years now. Is that right, family? Because I got to bring up things when they make sense and connect dots. That's the reason why I do a refresher. Watch this. The reason why I like this particular article is because it reads in a transcript from the interview. It's a literal transcript, the way it's written. And here Ta-Nehisi Coates is talking about basically Black economic injustice as it relates to the white, what they call the Black, the racial wealth gap, right? And that's what I'm labeling it as, to keep it simplified. Thumbs up, like and share. I promise you this is not going to take long. One of the things that Ta-Nehisi Coates says to Obama here is, I thought we'd talk about policy today. I wanted to start by getting a sense That's my alarm telling me I'm supposed to do my oximeter. Y'all, I got all kind of stuff that my people got me doing to check stuff going on in me. So I'll check it as soon as we end the show. He says, I thought we'd talk about policy today. I wanted to start by getting a sense of your mindset coming into the job. And as I've understood you, and you can reject this, your perspective is that a mixture of universalist policies in combination with an increased level of personal responsibility and communal responsibility, watch this, about African Americans. When we talk about these gaps that we see between Black and white America, that the reality is the way forward. Is that a correct summation? This is Ta-Nehisi to Obama. Watch what Obama says. Some of this is kind of, narky family, but just hang out with me because we're the place for intelligent Black people. Somebody say, I got the brains for this intelligence. Listen. Obama says, I think it's a three-legged stool. You left out one, which is vigorous enforcement of anti-discrimination laws. Because Ta-Nehisi is really talking about just the Black and white wealth gap. It says, so the way we thought about it when we came in it is that, and obviously we came in during crisis. So how we might have structured our policy sequencing if when we came in, the economy was okay and we weren't potentially going into a great recession and folks weren't all losing their homes might have been different. But as a general matter, my view would be that if you want to get an African-American, that if you want to get at, African-American poverty, the income gap, wealth gap, achievement gap, that the most important thing is to make sure that the society as a whole does right by people who are poor and are working class, are aspiring to a better life of the kids. What Obama just said and all of that nothingness was a priority, wasn't specifically Black people who have always been dealing with economic injustices, foreclosure, lack of jobs, on and on and on. That was all created by white supremacist, racist America. He said the priority was the economic crisis, the recession, the housing crisis, everything we were put into by the Bush administration, which they were. It was Bush's fault. But Obama was letting you Negroes know the priority was white people. Wasn't your economic crisis that's been going on. You have shown resiliency, Negroes. See, this is the reason. Thank you, Spirit. This is the reason they keep doing it to us. Because we endure injustice so well. We endure discrimination so well. We don't complain about it. We've shown an extraordinary ability to be silent and not demand. They expect you to make way for the priority of white people. See, your resilience, just like this pandemic, since this pandemic, this global pandemic is affecting everybody, that's why it's an emergency. That's why they out of nowhere pulled out trillions of dollars where almost every American got some money. But you've shown where you ain't the priority and you are. I got this. What I look like, want some. Jim Crow Clyburn. Want some? They accuse me of want some. And Obama proves the same by saying that the global recession that affects everybody was a priority. And once again, you Negroes can wait. You haven't objected in the past, family. Reverend Al Sharpton and them weren't making reparations the number one issue under the Obama administration. Y'all look stupid as hell out there talking about the American people. Our democracy. What? You better always qualify that thing when you say our democracy. Our democracy meaning those of us that for real built America and whose country it really is. You got to say it like that. Don't be saying our democracy like that because you said it like you're a Republican or a Democrat in a country that really sees you as a true citizen and equal and where you getting justice. Watch this. I'm going to get to the good part with Obama because I got to go. Thumbs up, like and share. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. Follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicky. So Obama says that as a general matter, my view would be that if you want to get at African-American poverty, the income gap, wealth gap, achievement gap, the most important thing to do is to make sure that the society as a whole does right by the people. This is why Kamala thought she was going to get away with saying she ain't going to do nothing for just black people. It's shocking to Kamala that she's not getting away with it because she's thinking, well, the whole time Obama was in office, he told y'all exactly that. But there's a conscious black media that's rising up and that's doing our best to educate more of the masses. There are elders like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, whose 60 years of work is beginning to pay off. Dr. Claude Anderson's insight and books are starting to pay off. Listen, I'm almost done. He said these kinds of programs, this Obama's funny looking self, are by design universal. That means for everybody. But by definition, because they are helping folks who are in the worst economic situations, are most likely to disproportionately impact and benefit African Americans. This is where Kamala thought she was going to level up at. Obama said exactly what Kamala said in that Griot interview when she was asked about reparations. And she said, let's be clear. Whatever benefits black folk gonna benefit everybody else. She was like, well, Obama got away with it. She didn't know, no, he wasn't getting away with it. Because the black grassroots, we was despising his butt. That was only Al Sharpton and them that was gassing Obama up. Obama is confused and tripped out right now. Don't y'all know that Sasha and Malia are regularly holding private conversation with him and Michelle Obama saying, Daddy, you're hated. They can't stand Joe blankety blank. That's why when Obama came out, the last time he was on MSNBC, remember what he was talking about for his first book? What was he doing? He was out there talking about brother's keeper. That's not a policy. It was a club that he pushed for black boys. That ain't just for black boys. He did that to put that at the forefront because the black media has been giving him so much work and we've been rendering his career as useless and nothing. We're saying that the record reflects he's the first gay president, he's a white president, he's an immigrant president, but he ain't no black president. That's bothering him. Sasha, Malia and them is telling him, Dad, they can't stand you like that. Black Twitter is tearing you up. Black social media, they can't stand you. Like it's relentless. Like, Dad, are you going to do something about this? I mean, you've been dealing with this for the last few years. I mean, it kind of makes sense because, I mean, at the end of the day, they're right. I mean, it's not like you actually get a policy. And they're right that before you even became president during the campaign debate, you came out against reparations. So Obama did that little trick on MSNBC to talk about Promise Keepers to save face for Malia and Sasha because he knows they're young and they're in the know. And they know that don't nobody like the Obamas like that. The tide is turning. Somebody talk black to me. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Last thing I'm going to say about this. Obama goes on to say, y'all listen to this. Watch this. Watch this. Obama goes on and says, fix my dress. Obama goes on and says, number 2, and this is where I think policies do need to be somewhat race specific, is making sure that institutions are not discriminatory. Talking about like the FHA. He goes on to say a whole bunch of other nothingness about Social Security. He acknowledges that we've been disproportionately impacted because of racism. He acknowledges that. But he says, in the end, Obama, now does that mean, does that mean all the vestiges of past discrimination will be eliminated? Will the wealth gap or the education gap be erased in 5 or 10 years? Obama said no, probably not. So this is obviously a discussion we've had before when we talk about something like reparations. This is Obama talking. He says theoretically, you can make, obviously, a powerful argument that centuries of slavery, Jim Crow, discrimination are the primary cause for those gaps. So you got a former president of the United States, the highest office of the land, acknowledging that you can make a case that the reason for those gaps in Black America is because of centuries of slavery, Jim Crow, and that discrimination is the primary cause, but still telling you, so what? You still ain't no reparations. Watch this. He says that those wrongs were done to the Black community as a whole and Black families specifically, and that in order to close that gap, a society has a moral obligation to make a large aggressive investment, if it's not in the form of individual reparations check, but in the form of a Marshall Plan in order to close those gaps. He said it's easy to make that theoretical argument. Do you see how Obama is a traitor? And for those of you that said, well, Obama couldn't do it because he had a Republican Congress, dummy. Obama didn't even bring it to his Republican Congress because he made it clear before he even became president that he was against it. And you can see during this interview with Ta-Nehisi, he was still president and was still hostile and against it as president. Watch what he says. It's the last thing. I promise you, it's the last part. He says, but as a practical matter, it's hard to think of any society in human history. Think about this, Obama. He says it's hard to think of any society in human history in which a majority population has said that as a consequence of historic wrongs, we're now going to make a big chunk of the nation's resources. We're going to now take a big chunk of the nation's resources over a long period of time to make that right. Fool, the nation's resources are because they're our resources, dummy. This who y'all brag on as intelligent. That's what he said. Obama says you can look at examples like post-war Germany, where reparations were paid to Holocaust victims and families, but Ta-Nehisi Coates interrupts him and says they lost the war. Obama. Excuse me. Obama. Excuse me. He says they lost the war. Small population, finite amount of money that it was going to cost. Not multiple generations, but people in some cases who are still alive, who can point to, that was my house, those were my paintings, those were my mother's family jewels. If you look at countries like South Africa, where you had a Black majority, there have been efforts to tax and help the Black majority, but it hasn't come in the form of a formal reparations program. You have countries like India that have tried to help untouchables, which Kamala knows all about, with essentially affirmative action programs, but it hasn't fundamentally changed the structure of their societies. Obama excuses the reason why the white Jewish folk out of Germany got reparations. He said it was a small amount, finite amount. He said not a large portion of the nation's resources going to pay people over a long period of time. Those nations' resources he's talking about, it's all our money added up. You wouldn't even be talking about no nation's resources for nothing if it wasn't for us. This is the other insidious thing Obama said. And I remind you guys of this often. Thumbs up, like and share, family. Watch this. Watch what Obama said. I'm quoting him. This is a transcript. And I'm not even reading everything else that he said that was just absolutely disgusting. But watch what he said. Quote, so how do Latinos feel if there's a big investment just in the African-American community? And they're looking around and saying, we're all poor as well. We're poor as well. What kind of help are we getting? Or Asian Americans who say, look, I'm a first generation immigrant, and clearly I didn't have anything to do with what was taking place. And now you start getting into trying to calibrate. That's what Obama said. And Ta-Nehisi Coates cut him off and said, isn't there just, not to cut you off, that's what Ta-Nehisi Coates said. He said, isn't there, and this is out of the role of the U.S. president, I'm almost speaking to you as a law professor now. Let me skip. He says, I got to skip. I can appreciate that. And he says, this Ta-Nehisi Coates says to Obama, and the question I would ask in this situation, remember Obama just said, what will Latinos and Asian Americans think about paying us reparations? What do you mean what we think, what they think? When a bill is owed, what I care about what other people believe when you owe me money and everybody that's here is benefiting and eating off of us, including you, Obama, who's not a foundational Black American. And it shows. Ta-Nehisi says, and intelligently, I might add, Ta-Nehisi says, and the question I would ask in that situation to the immigrant who comes here, first generation, and says, I didn't do any of this, but the country is largely here because of that. In other words, many of the benefits that you will actually enjoy are, in fact, in part, I would say largely, this Ta-Nehisi to Obama, in part here because of the past. So when you want the benefits, when you invoke the past, that thus you inherit the debt too. Talk black to me, he told Obama's funny looking self. Obama starts stuttering. You can tell based on the way this transcript is written. Because it says, yeah. I guess. Here's the way, probably the best way of saying it is that you can make a theoretical abstract argument in favor of something like reparations. And maybe I'm just not being sufficiently optimistic or imaginative enough. Anthony says, my God, today, that's important information. You're a breath of fresh air. Thank you. I love you back. Obama was embarrassed after Ta-Nehisi humiliated him and murdered every argument he had. And don't forget, Obama is hanging around. Obama is the one that picked Joe Biden as VP with his funny looking self. So this is the people that's in his ear. These are the conversations. Don't forget, Obama is not talking to Reverend Jeremiah Wright and Minister Farrakhan, because remember, he denounced both of them before he went into the White House. Obama was humiliated and says, well, maybe I'm just not being sufficiently optimistic or imaginative enough. Ta-Nehisi Coates says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words in response. This sentence here. He says, you're supposed to be optimistic. I don't want you to forget, not just a clip that I've often played for you guys that showed that when Obama was in the middle of a debate and was asked about reparations, he explicitly said no. But I wanted you to know that when Obama, when he took office initially, remember, he was against gay marriage, but he evolved to push and pass major legislation for the LGBTQ community. But his thinking never changed on foundational Black Americans. If Obama thinks this way, what other white politicians who not even Democrat thinks the same? But as we can see, they don't have any leg to stand on. Somebody say, cut the check. We will not be distracted, Joe Biden. You will not use our ancestor to don a piece of paper that's, some people say, losing value. But you don't want to cut us the check? No, baby. You got it twisted. Let me go, family. I love you to pieces. Don't forget to shop at our store, shopfnq.com, but most importantly, especially in the next few days, sign up right away. womenofwealthweekend.com, womenofwealthweekend.com, womenofwealthweekend.com. Meet us there. We're going to have all kinds of professionals that's going to teach you how to level up your money game, give you actionable insight on how you can have extra streams of income, how to protect your assets, protect your money, teach you how to think like a millionaire. And I'm so pleased to have the honor to speak to you about spiritual wealth. womenofwealthweekend.com. Meet me there. January 30th, Saturday, and January 31st. I'm so excited. Can't wait to see you there. Meet me tomorrow here on FlyingToBeQueenTV.com. Same time, same place, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, right here on FlyingToBeQueenTV.com. I'm so thankful that my show is often aired on other platforms. I'm also a contributor on another powerful platform, and I got some exciting news, hopefully in the very near future, to share with you as well. So follow me on Instagram at VickyXDiller so that you'll know the goings on. And also be sure to check my Instagram stories for other things that are happening as well. Follow me on Twitter at DillardVicky. I love you to pieces. You are my bliss. Every one of you, your kind words, your insight, your testimonies, you saying, you get confirmation. Oh, I bow to you. You are such a special people. I love you. I can't wait to see you.